With you, and the few times that I've met you, you seem to be a very down-to-earth person, and that's a very interesting phrase that we use, down-to-earth, because in Arabic the term for what the Prophet ﷺ asked us to do is tawadu, which means to stay close to the earth. And so I just looking at that, I'm just curious how you've dealt with all these remarkable achievements.
Sheikh Hamza, well, let me say one thing. And I have had a very varied life. Someone who finished his education, got a degree, but at the same time played international cricket. So normally when you play international sport, you have to be very focused. And it's to excel, to become the best in your country, you really have to have that tunnel vision. And normally it's very difficult to study. You can't do two. Most international sportsmen actually do not finish their studies. So because I did the two, I had a bigger perspective of life. So if all you do is play sport all the time, and you have no other perspective in life, so everything becomes that sport. And so when you excel in it, you think, you've conquered the world. And there's always a chance that you will have arrogance in you because you're so much better than the other players. So, it's a very natural thing when you excel as a sportsman and you reach the top. So others are not as good as you, and because that's your world, you have this a chance of, in my opinion, what is the worst quality in a human being? Arrogance. You can get arrogant. On the other hand, I played almost 2 decades of international sport. So in that period, you have lots of ups and downs. That also tells you a loss. When you fall, it leads to a lot of soul searching. So when you go into the cycle of up and down, when you reach the top and then you have setbacks, and over 20 years I had lots of setbacks. I had a lot of successes, but a lot of setbacks. So during the low period in your life, it teaches you a lot. So you do not eventually lose when you go up, your feet stay on the ground, because you know that, you're not always going to stay up there. So that's one. But really it is, later in my life, just at the end of my sporting career, when I was blessed with Almighty's greatest gift, and that's faith. I never understand this concept of people forcing someone into your religion or faith, because for me, faith is a gift of God. Not everyone has this iman of faith. So once you have that, then you have a completely different perspective on life, because you believe that success, respect are in the hands of God. This is, clearly stated in the Quran. So once you know that, when you have successes, you then attribute it to God. And you know that it's because of His will that you have succeeded. So arrogance disappears from your life. And then the most important thing, that you control what is the most destructive thing within in a human being, is the human ego. If you do not control the ego, it is very destructive. And I've seen it destroy human beings. So faith, actually, true faith, iman, firmly makes you control your ego.